so today, I just remembered I didn't put my shield on. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. So today, I am giving you a review for your Chapter 1 test that's on Wednesday. So everything that I talk about today, I want you to write down because these are super important notes so that you can get your best grade possible on the test Wednesday. So the first section on the test is on multiplying and dividing integers. Now, there are some rules for multiplying and dividing integers. Does anybody remember? If you have one negative,
if you have one at negative,
it's a negative answer. And if you have two negatives, it equals what? Positive answer. Excellent. Remembering. Okay, and the same thing goes for odd and even numbers. So if you have an odd number of negatives, it's a negative answer. If you have an even number of negatives, it's a positive answer. Yes, I'll pause. Okay, so for our first examples, I have two multiplication examples and two division examples. On the first one, I have 4 times a negative 3. How many negatives do I have? 1. So my answer is going to be what? Negative. Good. And then I just multiply. 4 times 3 is?
Negative 12.
Negative 12. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. Now for the next one, I have 2 negatives. So my answer is going to be what?
Positive.
Positive. And I like to write a little positive to remind myself it's positive, but you don't have to. So 5 times 5 is what?
5 times 5 is 25.
Good. So the answer to that one is a positive 25. It's on my desk. So let's look at a couple division examples. Remember, fraction means divide. So since I have a fraction here, that means 12 divided by negative 2. How many negatives?
1.
1, so the answer is
Negative.
negative. And then just divide. What is 12 divided by 2?
Negative 14.
Oh, or again.
26.
12 divided by 2. If I split 12 in half.
Negative 6.
Yes. And the last one, I see 2 negatives. I see negative 27 divided by negative 3. So, well, these are dividing and multiplying. You're thinking of addition and subtraction. Yeah. So, if I have 2 negatives, my answer is what? Positive. And 27 divided by 3 is? It's a race.
Positive 9.
9. Correct. And that is the first 2 sections of your test. One is multiply, one is divide. Yes, so one last example in this section is a 3-digit multiplication problem. And I'm still looking to see how many negatives are there. There's 2 negatives. When there's 2 negatives, what is my answer? Positive. So I'm going to write the little plus to remind myself. And then I just multiply 2 digits at a time. So what is 2 times 6?
2 times 6. 12.
12. And what is 12 times 3?
4.
You're dividing.
4.
Do multiplication. 12 times 3.
36.
Yes. Whoa, that was a good one.
So the answer is 36.
The answer is positive 36. So 2 negatives equal positive, and all those multiplied together equal 36. Okay, so the next section is called verbal expressions. And verbal means something that you're talking, so something with words. So we're going to take these words and turn them into a math expression. That is, go around the back, please. That is a math problem without an equal sign. Okay? So we read the words and we turn it into a math problem. This says a number times 8. Well, what do I use for a number? N. I could use X, I could use A, I could use B, whatever you want. So let's say N for this one, and then times 8. So there's a couple ways we could write this. We could write N dot 8, because that means multiply. We could write it with parentheses, 8 times N, and remember when you're multiplying, order doesn't matter. So you can write this N times 8 or 8 times N, and they're both correct. And the last way that we can write multiplication is just by putting them next to each other. So we could just write 8N. Now when you do it this way, the order kind of does matter. You have to write the number first and then the variable. So that's my 3 ways of showing a number times 8. How about a number divided by 6? Now I want to show division. What shows division?
N divided by 6.
Okay, so I could just write N
over 6.
divided by 6. Very good, Karen. Or I could write it like a fraction. Remember, fraction means divide also. So you can write it N divided by 6 or N over 6. Those both mean divided by. On the test, you only have to give me one answer for each one.
I have a question.
Yes.
When we go back to normal, everyone comes back or just...
I will answer that after the video, okay? All right. The last one is the sum of 12 and a number. What does sum mean? What operation do we do when we use sum? Add. We're adding. So I'm going to put a little plus sign there to remind myself. The sum of what?
Number.
12 and a number. What can I use for a number?
A letter.
A letter, yes. What letter do you want to use, Bella?
B.
B for Bella. Okay. So the sum of 12 and a number looks like that. 12 plus B. And I could write it the other way also, B plus 12. They would both be correct. So this section is very similar to the last one, but instead of verbal expressions, we're going to write a verbal equation. So an equation is a math problem that has an equal sign in it. So I have 2 examples here. We're going to take all these words and turn it into a math equation. The difference of 50 and y is 12. What does difference mean?
Subtraction.
Subtraction. So if I'm doing the difference of 50 and y, it would look like this.
And you have to find what y means?
No, not on this one. And remember, anytime you see the word is, what do we put?
Equal sign.
Equal sign. So the difference of 50 and y is 12. And that's how we would write this. 50 minus y equals 12. So the next one says the product of a number, and 8 is 24. What does product mean?
Product means multiply.
Yes, product means multiply. The product of a number, what do we use for a number?
N or C?
N, C, whatever you want. Let's use C because we haven't used C yet. So I'm multiplying C and 8. So I like to write it like this. 8C is, what do we do for is? equals 24. So the product of 8 and C, or a number in C, 8, is 24. And that's it. And on this test, I did not make you solve these. Sometimes on tests, you would have to make the equation and solve it. But you're just making the equation for this one. For the next section, we are solving equations. Woo! Okay. So, here are some equations that I wrote down, and we are going to solve them together. Now, on the test, super important side note, okay? You need to show your work. So, on this last section of the test, you're going to get paper out and make sure you're writing down every equation and solving it. And then you're going to send me a picture of that work when you turn in your test. So remember, when we're solving equations, we always look at what's happening to the variable and we do the opposite. So what is happening to the m?
It's adding.
Adding what?
It's adding itself into 3.
Adding 3, so the opposite of that is what? Subtracting 3. And whatever I do to one side?
Goes to the other.
That's right, I have to do to the other side. Equations always have to stay balanced. What happens to these two?
Cross them out.
They cancel each other out. And then 9 minus 3 is?
6.
You can do the next one, Cameron.
Yeah, Bella.
Bella was on fire that time.
And equals 6.
And equals 6. So when I say show your work on the test, this is exactly what I want to see for each problem. I want to see what you're doing to get the variable alone, and I want to see the answer written as m equals 6, or x equals 10, or y equals 5, whatever your variable is, okay? All right, how about this one? Cameron, what is happening to the variable?
Hold on. You're,
I'm over here. I moved sideways.
subtracting.
Subtracting what?
X minus 4.
So I have to look at the variable and do the
Opposite, so you want to get adding and then cross the 4 off and say the other one.
and whatever I do to one side.
Yeah, the other 19 plus 4 is, hold on. Turn my finger. It's 5.
19 plus 4. Try again.
19. Good. 23.
23. There you go. Good. Awesome. I love how you said x equals 23. That's exactly what I need to see when you show your work.
I kept hitting clear.
Okay. 2 more. Bella, would you like to take this one? Tell me what to do.
Okay. Well, it's b plus 7 first. So we do the opposite, which is subtract 7.
That's right.
And then you bring it to the other side, subtract 7. Cross off both the 7s. Then you subtract -12 and 7.
Wait. So the signs are the same, so we're actually doing what to the numbers?
Adding.
Add 12 plus 7, but then the answer will keep the sign. No!
Wait, what's the answer?
Our time is up.
It was negative.
We're just going to keep going. So it should be negative 19.
Negative 19.
I was not expecting that bell.
Wait, the last class.
All right, do the last one on your own and send me the answer, and I can let you know if you got it right. And if you didn't, I'll walk you through how to do it.